Athletic is reporting that the Sixers and the Golden State Warriors could work out a swap, Ben Simmons for D'Angelo Russell. Let's talk about it and where that would leave Draymond Green, where that would lead the 76ers, and how Brett Brown, if they don't pull it off, can make Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons work a little bit. But let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, all right? D'Angelo Russell was seen by everybody to be a rental. Golden State Warriors said they wanted to keep him. He kind of been injured this year. I think it's probably that knee again. But if you can get him healthy, I think he'll be a good fit with the 76ers and Joel Embiid. All right? I think he'd be an excellent fit for them. Now, last year, Elton Brand tried to trade Ben Simmons before giving him that max extension this summer. And the 76ers ownership didn't want them to trade Ben Simmons. Now, there was talks about Ben Simmons getting hung over, missing games. He chasing after that Jenner chick. But this summer, he was showing footage, or Tobias was showing footage, that Ben Simmons can shoot the three in the gym, but he's just not confident shooting the three in the NBA game. So you don't become a great shooter overnight or over off season. It takes time working in the off season, working during the season at the jumper. And Jason Kidd was one of those guys who couldn't shoot, but he developed into, one of the, the game's, most, great 3-point shooters. He got, he was at some point he had hit so many 3-pointers, he was almost top the list. Obviously, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and these guys are changing the game and shooting the three at a higher clip, but that is what it is. But Elton Brand been trying to move him, and Elton Brand is the general manager, former NBA player, Clipper, Dookie, in college, trying to move this dude. Because this dude is hurting the offense. We see in the playoff time and time again, teams just pack the paint, dare him to shoot, and then where does that leave everybody? So, Ben Simmons, instead of just trying to go from paint to three-pointer, he should have been working on a floater like Tony Parker did. He should have been working on elbow shots. He should have been working on a mid-range shot and his free throw shoot, and then you extend out the three-point land. If he had a mid-range jumper and a floater to go along with his, in the paint package, then he'll be okay, and then you can take it out the three-point land. But now they packing the paint, on him. It's tough. It's tough, and and they don't have a lot of great shooters over there. Joel Embiid got to shoot at the three-point line instead. Tobias is okay shooter. You know what I'm saying? Josh Richardson, he okay. Mike Scott, okay. But it's just like he really hurting the team. And Brett Brown, the head coach of the 76ers, who I really don't think is that great of a coach, he really ain't made the adjustment. You know what I'm saying? And what he can do is he can do a pick and roll with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons a lot more. He can do high-low with Joel Embiid at the top, feeding Ben Simmons in the post. He can feed Ben Simmons to the post. He can have Ben Simmons working out in the post and facilitating the post from the post. That way he can take from the elbow, the high post a little bit from the elbow. He can take a dribble, and then he can make his move, or he can have dudes cut more, with Ben Simmons at the post. Right now, putting Simmons at the top of the key, dribble, you know what I'm saying, and maybe, pick at here and there, it's not really working. He need to have Ben Simmons kind of work off the ball a little bit more and facilitate through the post until you get a jumper, but that's something they ain't been willing to do. If Ben Simmons is, in a Houston Rocket game versus Mike D'Antoni, and they getting up and down the court the way they are, Ben Simmons is going to be successful. But in the playoffs, it comes down to half-court basketball. And in half-court basketball, if they pack the paint on him or they play off of him, basically you playing 4-on-5. They got 5 defenders out there because he self-checked. So no, it make it harder for your shooters. So nobody going to leave nobody going to leave they person to be scared of Ben Simmons. So that leaves another guy on Joel Embiid. They leave another guy on Tobias Harris. Depends who's out there. So as far as the swap, I think it's a good swap for Philly if they get a healthy D'Angelo Russell. I think it's an excellent swap. Because he can shoot the ball. He aggressive. He can get to the bucket. Him and Joel Embiid can pick and roll. He can come off the pick and hit the mid-range jumper. He can step back for three. You probably won't see Joel Embiid at the three-point line as much with D'Angelo Russell. I think him and Russell can play high-low a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You can do more with Russell. He can cut. He can shoot. He can get to the basket and finish. He can stretch it out the three-point land. And if you get him to commit on the defensive side with Josh Richardson, it wouldn't be that big a drop-off from Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a good defender. You know what I'm saying? So if you get D'Angelo to commit on defensive end, that's a great swap for Philly. You know, it's pretty much an even trade, and I get to the benefits of the Golden State Warriors getting getting Ben Simmons. But with Russell going over there, it opens up a new dynamic and a new dimension for them, where Joel Embiid got a lot of space. You know what I'm saying? Russell can penetrate. Russell can shoot. He got a mid-range game. He can score. He can sharpshoot. He can spot up. And he got good size. So you're not, obviously Ben Simmons is a lot taller and bigger than him, but he got really, really good size where he can lock up. You know what I'm saying? Good offensive players if he need to. You can run them off. You can have Richardson run the point. Russell can catch and shoot. He dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, that's a better fit for them. If they do get Russell, watch out. But then again, you still got the situation of Joel Embiid, not playing 82 games. Russell had problems playing 82 games with the knee. Ben Simmons has been fairly durable since having his I think it was a foot injury coming out of LSU. So that's kind of, one of the cons of that is, Russell hasn't been as durable as Ben Simmons has in this league the last couple years. Okay. So you still have to deal with load management when you're dealing with D'Angelo Russell or managing his knee issue. But I think he brings a different dynamic. I think that's a good trade for Philly. I think that would benefit what Philly do the most. And people would ask, well, what about Ben Simmons going to Golden State Warriors? It will benefit them as well, especially if they can help Ben Simmons get a shot. But then you have to do something with Draymond Green, because Ben Simmons would play the same position as Draymond Green. He would be the facilitator, driving, and they would have way better spacing in Golden State for Ben Simmons, because once Klay and Steph come back, you know what I'm saying, Ben Simmons will handle the ball. Steve Kerr know what he's doing. He's going to have Steph Curry coming off-ball screens, Klay coming off-ball screens, and spacing won't be a problem. You're going to respect Klay and Steph way more than you respect Joel at the three-point line, or Tobias or Richardson or Mike Scott at the three-point line. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Simmons is a good defender. He may not be a defensive player of the year like Draymond Green, but at what Steve Kerr would do, Steve Kerr is a better coach than Brett Brown. Steve Kerr will run a lot of motion. Steve Kerr, he always keep these dudes coming off double screens, off-ball screens, pin downs. He get the most out of Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons still, at some point, got to develop a three-point shot. But you ain't packing the paint on the Golden State Warriors, especially if they're able to bring in some more shooters that go along with Steph and Klay. But with them two, they so good off the ball. They offense just got so much motion and ball movement in it that Ben Simmons will thrive there. He can defend the best player. They'll get up and down the court. They'll play run and shoot. And that'd be a great look for Golden State. They just got to find a place for Draymond Green to go, because Draymond Green and Ben Simmons can't play together, and both got monster contracts. Now, if they look at it, they look at whatever Draymond Green getting, maybe they can ship Draymond Green out there to the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And try to do a Kuzma deal. Obviously, Caldwell Pope will have to waive his trade clause. No trade clause, because he's making a nice penny, or they have to throw in some contracts to even it out. I'm not sure if they got the contract to even it out, or they got to bring in a third team in there. But if the Golden State Warriors can swing Kuzma, for Draymond Green in the trade somehow, some way, what I'm saying? I think that'd be a good look. The Lakers they was looking at Covington, the guy that can 3-and-D. The only problem with Draymond Green is he ain't the ideal shooter that the Lakers would need, and he just ain't the ball handler. He the ball handler, but him and LeBron kind of play the same position. So that may not work where they can swing Draymond for Kuzma. But if they can somehow do that with Kuzma, Ben Simmons, Klay, and Steph, that'll be a nice little look for them, man. But they got to find a way for Draymond to leave. Right now this year, they can thug it out with Ben and Draymond. They not trying to win anyway. But when Klay and Steph come back, they have to find a place for Draymond Green to go and try to do something with Draymond. Or they can call the Detroit Pistons, man. I'm a huge Pistons fan. They can send Draymond to Detroit for Drummond. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if the Pistons still interested in Drummond a year. When he was a free agent off his rookie deal, the Pistons wanted to offer him a max contract. But he ended up going back to Golden State. He from Saginaw. I'm from Detroit. So if you're interested in my Detroit content, check my other channel out, Motor City Sports Talk. We talk everything over there. Detroit news, sports, and everything. So Maybe they can call, they can flip that off. They could do a Drummond for Draymond Green swap, but I think that would be a huge move for Philly. Philly probably rise to the East with a healthy D'Angelo Russell, man. And I think Joel Embiid and him will thrive. They get up and down the court. Russell can shoot the rock. And I think Golden State, if they could swing Draymond somewhere and they could put some people around Steph and Clay when they come back, I think Ben Simmons will thrive up there, man. But, wherever Ben Simmons go, he going to have to develop that shot, man. That's just what it is. But I'll link some article links proving this to be true, the rumor to be true. We'll see what happens if they can pull off a Russell for a Ben Simmons swap, man. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, a video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video and check out our NBA playlist, NBA Talk. I'm always doing NBA videos, the NBA 101. That's my live stream. I do those at the after the All-Star break. And other than that, we got music, entertainment, boxing, MMA. We talk everything. So let me know how y'all feel in the comment section about the swap and what should they do with Draymond if they do acquire Ben Simmons, Golden State. One time.